players planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, and whatever else bring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of new.
Hello everybody, what's going on? We be here again on another night at AstroWorld, and we're talking about beginners Q&A tonight, and we got a couple of things going on. I hope you saw the new logo and like it, so I gotta say thank you to Scott's wife, Shofin. And Scott over there at Stillwater Studios. So thank you so much for getting that together. That is just came out great. It took a couple of me being crazy, but it finally happened. So yeah, so thank you so much. And Astro Playground is already on. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Whoops. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about beginner software. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the mounts first, because I think that hits the beginners a little harder. because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people out there don't. I guess they always think they gotta spend $2,000 on a mount in order to get decent astrophotos, and I don't find that to be true. What do you think, Scott?
Well, yeah, sure. The mount is of course important, but you know, unless you have a telescope rig that is very heavy, you can get some great results from even just a star tracker.
Yeah,
So, the important thing is that you get a mount that is rated and something that has a proven track record for tracking. Um, and I mean, Skywatcher makes some good ones, and of course other ones. But yeah, a mount is very very important, but it's you don't have to break the bank.
yeah. I mean, like let's take a look real quick, and I'll see if I could do this and that without messing it up. Um, I'll make a guess. I don't want to guess anymore. Like that. Okay. And where is? There we go. And we'll. All right. So we're looking at my desktop right now, and why is this doing? Oh, that's why I'm over there. Let's do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk. Let's see. Let's talk about this one. We'll go to the iOptron, and there it is right there. And well, everyone knows why do I do that to myself? I pull up a BA&H website and I work for Camera Concepts. But anyway, so here's the iOptron Sky Tracker Pro, which works very, very well with DSLR cameras. And it comes with not the digital polar scope, the regular polar scope. So you'll have to kind of put the stars in the diagram and all that. But it's only $299.
Now, just a quick heads up: the screen that's on YouTube is showing. It's not showing the retail site.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's showing your hit film.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
on YouTube it is right now.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know why that's doing that. Because it should be showing my desktop. Quick play. And it's not even showing what's on my hub phone right now. Okay. Well, I guess I can't show that. Let's see. Settings. Layers. None.
Which mount were you trying to show?
The iOptron Sky Guider Pro.
There it is.
I got it.
Okay. All right. I got the backup if you need it. So
There you go. You see it now?
bit of a delay. It's not there yet.
Well, yeah, but
Nope.
on vMix you see it.
There it is. There it is. Now
Okay.
it's up.
Okay.
No, on
So
vMix, I'm still in the green room.
oh yeah. So here it is. Sorry about that. So here's the picture with the iOptron Sky Tracker Pro, and this is the earlier version. And again, as you can see, it's more on the way, 2 to 4 weeks. But it's $299, and it works really good with the DSLR cameras. It holds
Yep.
up to 6.5 pounds. But I believe, if I remember right, the ball head does not come with it. And I don't know why it shows the picture. Yeah, the ball head does not come with it. So
Yeah.
this ball
Yeah.
head here, you're going to need to buy that separately. That's usually about an extra $50.
Yeah.
So it's really good. You could put it on a regular tripod. That's what it is. You don't get the tripod with it, but it comes with the wedge. It comes with this, and they also have one with a digital polar scope, which if you want to spend a little bit more money, this time I'll do. Okay, and we'll go under iOptron, and of course nothing comes up. So mounts, mount accessories. Let's see what would be on mounts, iOptron, and
It's got to have. There you go.
okay. So here's the Sky Guider Pro that you were just looking at for $299, and that's just this piece here. Okay, then you get the full camera mount package for $140 more. You get this, and this comes with everything you see except for the camera. So you got the counterweight bar, you got the piece here, you got the iOptron Sky Guider Pro, and I believe they have them in stock right now. Here's some really good pictures of how it is, but remember the ball head is extra. It does not include the ball head. But here's something with the smaller telescope. You could use it with the smaller telescope. Now the one not bad thing about it is that there's no go-to. So you gotta kind of know where you're pointing at and what you're trying to achieve. So just remember that. It does track in only one axis, so remember that as well. And it's a really good piece. And for if you want to spend a little bit more money, there's one with the iPolar. Now, basically, it's the same thing, but it's got a digital polar scope that shoots out this hole.
Yep.
Okay?
I'm looking at that one right now.
Yeah, so there's one with the digital polar scope, and that's what the digital polar scope looks like. And from the back end, that's the iPolar. So it does help you with your polar alignment, and it's really a decent thing if you just want to get started. Anything over $598, now you're talking about, getting into an equatorial mount at this point.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the one on High Point Scientific, and it has they're listing this as iOptron Sky Guider Pro camera mount with iPolar, and right. I believe now don't hold me to this, but I think that this one comes. This is it comes with a stainless steel tripod. It has the counterweight shaft, the counterweight with it.
Yeah, but
also,
the tripod is not that great.
Yeah. Yep. This one will hold up to 11 pounds.
This little dinky tripod right here, that's what it comes with. It's got 1.5-inch legs, if I remember right. Yep. And again, you're only doing a max payload of 11 pounds with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But that will get you, into the larger DSLRs with the little bit larger lens. You're not going to get into a unicorn lens on that, but
no.
You should be able to put a 70 to 200, or if you want something wider, the 14 to 24s are really good. The Prime 20 is really good. As far as a good lens for Milky Way photography.
Yeah.
This is a great place to start. It really is. Milky Way shots are a lot of fun. Up here where I live, there's a place called Letchworth, and Letchworth, gorge actually is right in line in the summertime with the Milky Way as the Milky Way is coming up straight up and down. And the gorge sits right in the Milky Way. Literally, you can get the camera set up so that the Milky Way looks like it's dropping right into the gorge,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
that's
really
cool.
cool. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful shot.
Yeah, the only gorge that I have is probably the pothole that's on my street block right here. So yeah, that's not you got better scenic viewing than I do. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, so right now, I mean, under $600, if you're just doing wide field with a low capacity payload, I mean, that's pretty much the way to go.
Yep. And I actually have I wonder if I've got a picture of that I can put up. I might have a picture of that I can
What's
put
that?
up. Let me see. I've got an EQ5 that's an equatorial mount. I think that's what it is.
But the EQ5, the
The
old
one that you have.
Celestron, or the CEM?
No. It's the Skywatcher. A Skywatcher?
Yeah, the EQM 35.
Yeah, the 35. That's
Yeah,
it.
that was going to be my next one that I was going to talk about, actually.
Yep. Oh, well, there you go.
Now that you're getting into a little bit more, want a little bit more weight, payload capacity, and all that, and you want to go to, the next one that I have is the EQM 35, and Scott has one too, and
Yep.
it's really super light, and
Yeah.
the only thing that annoys me about it is that it's got the separate cables for the motors, and it's got another controller, so it's a little weird. But if you get the optional Wi-Fi adapter, then you don't really have to worry about any of that stuff. You go right to your laptop or what is it, what's the app called? SynScan Pro? Yeah, SynScan Pro. Yeah, so SynScan Pro, you can use that, and you can use that as your planetary, and you can start using that. And what I'll do is I'll show you the EQM35 real quick. And that is a Skywatcher mount. And EQM35. And let's share screen. And click play. And share screen. Okay, so here's the EQM35. And now we're getting into the 7, 8, 9, somewhere a sub 1,000 range.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, instead of 11 pounds, I believe it's 20 pounds on this.
It's 22, I think.
22.
Yep.
So you're able to carry a little bit more. It does come with the SynScan right there. And it's the same controller as your Atlases, your EQ6R Pros, your HEQ5, 6, all that. Any Orion, Atlas, Sirius controller. So these are called Synta mounts. And this is basically one of your sub $1,000 mounts that I've used, and I actually like it. It's a nice, pretty much go-to, like grab and go kind of mount. It's very, very light. I could hold this head with like 2 fingers. That's how light this thing is. So this would definitely be like the mount that I would get for a really small refractor. You're just getting into it. You're not really sure kind of if you want to do it or not.
Hmm.
And you can start here. And this is
Yep.
really, I mean, it comes with the counterweights, it comes with the hand controller, it comes with the whole mount, and now all you need is a telescope.
Yep.
And you can see
Yeah, and
what. Go ahead.
I've got a picture here that you can take a peek at.
Sure.
Give
I'll
us to
stop
the
sharing the screen here.
and I need to
Well,
find out exactly which one I'm going to. Let's see. I may not be able to do it that way. Let's see. Take that down. Okay. Is that showing up on your end? Can you see that?
well, I see the YouTube
You
page.
see us? Oh, you don't see. Oh, you see the YouTube page,
Yep.
but you can't see. Let's see. Maybe if I bring it, can I bring it over here?
I see it now, but it's behind.
There we go.
You're showing your mug. What is this?
Well, yeah. If you the rig that is to my left,
Yep.
that's the one with the DSLR. That's the EQM 35.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
That.
has
Go ahead.
it has a. Let me just zoom in here, and you can see a little better. Oh, there we go. It it has the Primaluce core up here with the ball head, and then it's supporting this camera, and that's a D850 with the battery, external battery pack, and the this is a 300 millimeter prime f2.8, and that's a very heavy lens. That camera and lens combination right there is probably about 12 pounds.
Okay.
So this rig here definitely. One of the things that I noticed is that if you just run a serial port from the bottom of the hand controller, as you can
Yep.
see right here, and you just run it up to your Eagle, you're good to go.
Well, I'll do you one better. Oh well,
Hmm.
maybe not with the core. That may not work with the core. But you could do that Wi-Fi
Hmm.
and run it through the SynScan app
There
and
you go.
connect through the Skywatcher ASCOM drivers.
There you go.
But I think the core only has. I think it only has the EQ mod drivers on there from Skywatcher. I could be wrong. Where do you need Tom? Where's Tom Bramwell when you need him? Astroworld. Dan, what do you think of the
There we go.
Eagle LE? Ooh, I'm not. I can't speak of that.
The LE.
Don't worry about it.
Uh,
But yeah. So I was from behind me, if you could see. Let's see. Let me go back to this. Got
yeah.
the 127 FCD 100. Very nice. Waiting on a couple of pieces before I kind of can put it together. So I'm waiting for precise parts for my box of precise parts adapters that I probably spent $1,400 in over the past 10 years, and it's in a box that I can't use. So, so
Yep.
yeah, you know what?
Waiting on parts. Story of my life.
Yeah, well, yeah. So there, I can't really talk about it. Anyway, so yeah, so the EQM35 would be your next level up, all the way up to I would say an AVX maybe. That's about $900, I think, if I'm right, $899.
Yep.
and that goes up to 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's made by Celestron. It's a decent amount if you're,
Hmm.
you got now you're getting a decent size refractor, maybe a 102 at the most,
Hmm.
somewhere in that area, and like probably the 16 to 19 pound refractor. Because when you start adding other stuff on there, like cameras and guide scopes and stuff like that, next thing you know, you're at 22, 23, 24 pounds. And then you start trying
Yeah.
to guide on 80-pound rig with a 75-pound payload. Doesn't work.
Nope.
Well, we all make our mistakes. so,
Yeah,
so
that one blew me away. Yep.
yeah.
At least
You
my
know,
instinct was right to upgrade the mount. My instinct was right, so I can hold that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even know if the. I gotta look this up if it's out here. Let's see.
Because I mean, the 14 native, just bare bones. The 14 is 55 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a
They
big,
put it out here.
OTA.
Yeah. So the Eagle LE, and I'm looking at it now because I wasn't sure about the specs on it. So basically, I guess I could talk about it because it's on the website now. I didn't know they put it up. But it's really the entry level version of an Eagle. It's really scaled down. It's got a Celeron dual core processor. I'm not a big fan of the Celeron processors. It's got a 120 gig hard drive. I don't 4 gig of RAM, 8 USB ports. Same thing as everything else. Ethernet port, 7 power out ports, which includes 412 volt and the 3 do heater.
Yep.
So it's only $845. Yeah, $845. So if you have a low power consumption or don't really care about the speed and that kind of stuff, I'm sure it works great. But the 4 gig of RAM makes me nervous a little bit, especially if you're doing something like I do. And I know we're going off track a little bit. But when I'm running my Eagle, I'm running a couple of programs at once. I'm running Sequence Generator Pro. I'm
Yep.
probably running PhD. I'm probably running Stellarium. I'm most likely running SharpCat all at the same time. And if I want to take a look at the specs of a shot, then I'm running ASTAP or CCD Inspector. And
Yep.
so I don't think that 5 or 4 gig of versus RAM. I mean, if you're just running SharpCap or SGP, you're probably fine. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you're running any more than one program, I mean, sometimes I even run PixInsight on the Eagle. I loaded it up on there because if I wanted to do something real quick while it's taking a process. But I don't know. We're just going to have to see. I'm sure Tom's going to yell at me saying, "Why are you bad-mouthing Eagle?" But I'm not. I'm not. I'm a big fan, as everybody knows. But it's definitely a thank you to Prima Luce Lab to come out with a product that you can load other programs on there, not the core where you're stuck with like the ASA Air type thing where you're stuck with DSLRs for the most part. Yeah, to get your teeth cut on Prima Luce, $845 to start. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Dean
No
said,
doubt.
"Stop yawning."
Yeah. Yeah. That's right here. That's why I've got this right here.
I got this. You got yours to stop yawning. I got mine to start. So,
Start.
so
Kind of cancel each other out.
everyone's like, somebody call Tom. But yeah. So now we're at about the $1,000 range, and I think that's probably where you're gonna stop for a beginner. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Once you get to the 17, because there's a big gap between 1,000 and what's next. so,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a big gap. So now you're getting into like the 16 to 2,000 range, which includes mounts such as like I know everybody's heard of them, the EQ6R Pros,
Mm-hmm.
the CGX regular
Mm-hmm.
is not. It's a little bit over that 2,000 mark, but you know
Yeah.
that's in that area. I think that's 25.99 if I remember right. I could be wrong, but that's a
I
guess.
think it was 22, but it's okay.
22.99.
I think it was 22, but yeah, I can look it
Eric
up real
said, "Are we
quick.
just talking sub 1,000?" No, we're not, but we're really trying to keep it geared towards the beginners. And unless if you're Scott Cole, you don't start with the $3,500 amount. So,
Yeah.
and then quickly graduate to an $8,000 amount. With,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
no, we're not just talking sub 1,000, but we're just talking about beginner stuff.
Yep.
And I mean, can you think of any other mounts under $1,000 that are decent?
Uh, EQ. What about the 60?
The which one?
Is it the? Isn't it the EQ? The one that Simon just got.
Oh, if you can find it,
Yeah.
they stopped making them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's why he had such a hard time finding. Yeah, the CGX is $22.99, the original,
Mm-hmm.
not the
Yep. That's what I'm looking at.
CGXL. So,
Yep.
but again, the CGX you're going up to a 55 pound
Mm-hmm.
capacity. The EQ6R Pro is a 44 pound capacity. Both are really good mounts. I am very partial to the Cinta mounts. I've been using them for 20 years, you know,
Yeah.
since the first Sirius came out. You know, but I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with using everything else. Everybody uses different. iOptron has a different software package. CGX, Celestron has a different software package. So there's lots of different things, and they all work great. It all depends on what you want and how much you want to spend. And as all of us on the show on Monday or on Wednesday nights will tell you that the rabbit hole can go pretty deep pretty fast.
Very.
Yeah. So I'm getting text messages and stuff. Everyone's
Yeah.
asking if
The
I'm doing darks.
yeah. Yeah. There are several good mounts that you can if you're looking to stay under 2,000. There are several good ones that are out there. Um, Tom, I know is going to push stuff for Prima Luce and other stuff associated. But not everybody is ready to spend the kind of money. I
Yep.
mean, you can go from $2,000 with a mount, to another $5,000 or $6,000 in just everything else that you need,
Yeah.
and do it just like that.
No, yeah,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
easy to do.
Yeah, and don't
So,
forget, you know, the HEQ5. You know, I think that's
mhm.
about $1,200. You know, so I
Yep,
mean, if you're going up to
CM40.
the CM40, um,
He's under 2K.
is it?
That's what Eric is saying.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
I know that Prima
I'm
Luce
seeing
doesn't make a mount,
2,200.
but yeah, They push.
Yeah, CM40 is 2258 in most places.
Yeah, the mounts that are on their site are all high end, super amazing
Yeah.
mounts, and yeah, so
No, yeah, no, Tom, I know Primalucci doesn't make them out. I know that.
yeah.
But, Tarek's on. Hi, Tarek. Tom's on. Um, Mark Ellis. The EQ8R Pro, Mark, that's a little bit above what the range of what we're talking about here. And I think because of
It's
the people that are
it's going way
watching
up
the
there.
show, we're definitely ahead of the beginners for the most, with the exception of a couple. But I mean, that's pretty much it as far as under in the beginner range. Once you break that $1,000 mark, you're really starting to get into the teens, the $1,700 range. Um, there is stuff in the $1,200-$1,300 range, but again, you talk about the diminishing returns. So, is that $300 spent going to get you that payload that you need to get to that next level? Probably not.
No, no. Yeah, that's one of the very first questions that the guys out at Masters of Pixin site. Warren. When I talked to Warren,
Sure.
last year, he asked me what I was doing, what I was running, what I was hoping to do, and he said, "Well, what mount are you using?" That was one of his very first questions. And the mount is. I mean, if you don't have a good mount, and you don't have to go crazy with the money, but if you don't have a good mount, it doesn't matter how good your optics are.
No,
It's
absolutely.
it's kind of like the foundation of your house. If you don't have good footer, a good block, reinforcing bar in that block, good concrete, so on and so forth. If your foundation is shoddy, it doesn't matter what color the drapes are.
Yeah,
It really doesn't.
yeah. I mean,
So
you really, if you got to be, the one thing that people don't do, and this is not only astrophotography. This is when every big purchase that if you're an impulse buyer like myself, you got to be really honest with yourself
hmm
about, do I really want to do this? Do I want to do this? Is this something that I'm gonna drop $3,000 or more to on a mount? Oh, what's he saying?
yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah,
laughing at me. Okay, but
uh-huh.
but
Oh, I'm laughing at me.
oh, I mean, you got to be honest with yourself and say, hey, the last thing I would hate is to spend a whole boatload of money and then within 9 months selling it on cloudy nights for,
Mm, mm.
60, 70% of the price.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so you got to be really honest with yourself. I have a beginner question, Tarek. Which camera to buy now that is not expensive? I
He already has a mono camera.
Okay, so hold on. Tarek, what do you mean? Okay, so give us a price range, number one, because non-expensive is very relative to the person. So you already have a mono camera. I'm assuming you have mono filters as well. So I don't know. Are you looking for a
Yeah.
one-shot color? Um,
What other choice would there be? I mean, CCD, but he's not going to do that cheap.
And Eric said, might want to start with a sky tracker. Actually, Eric, you missed that. We did speak about the Sky Guider
Yep.
Pro, the Star Adventurer, and we actually went through the three different levels of the Sky Guider Pro, including the one with the iPolar. Um, Not expensive. I meant not like a silly $2,000 plus. Okay, so you're looking to sell your 163 and going to APS-C mono. So I'm guessing, what scope are you using it on? Number one, that's the first thing, because that's going to
Yeah.
make a difference of the sampling and your resolution. That's going to be a big deal. And then we can
Yeah.
sit there and talk. I'm assuming you're looking for a cooled mono camera also, because if you're looking uncooled, that makes a big difference on the price as well. So,
That also makes a big difference on the image quality.
oh yeah, and you'll also spend half your good night taking darks. So,
Hmm.
I mean, think about that. It's just an idea, because I can stay with the 4/3 Vegas. Well, APS-C is a lot bigger than 4/3. So,
Yeah.
if you need that extra spacing, sell it and buy, an APS-C. 6-inch nude, 8-inch nude, 90 millimeter triplet, and later more scopes will come. Well, that's a pretty wide range. So why don't you pick one and let us know? Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
can find an APS-C for under 2,000, but it's probably going to be uncooled. All the rest of them are in the 1,500 or more range usually. I mean, you can get that 4/3. What the 183 is 4/3, I believe, and that
The
was
294,
800.
290, the
294 is
294,
close to 4/3 too.
yeah, which is a great camera.
That's funny. Eric. I was just talking. Yeah, I was just talking about the 183. so
Yeah.
so the 183 is a good sized chip. Um,
Yep.
I personally, I don't like the 533. I like. Let me put it this way. I like the benefits of the 533. I just hate the square sensor. I just don't like it, and that's an artistic thing. That's just me. A 533 is a
Yeah.
great camera. I just don't like the square. That's it. I like the widescreen.
Hmm.
I have a 294. I think it's great. I use it for my color data. 294, if you can find it, is a good deal. Nothing wrong with getting that.
Hmm.
Now, 294, you got to remember that's in the $1,000 range already. So, and if you go in MM, you're going to have to get filters or filter wheel, unless you could switch that out with your other camera. But who wants
Yep.
to do that? I'm too lazy for that. you know?
Yep. Yeah.
It's really tough, Eric. It's tough to find a sub $2,000 camera that's an APS-C. It's really not. That's like trying to, crush a piece of coal into a diamond with your bare hands. I mean, it's going to be hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
294 is a decent camera. Yeah, that's the MM. The 294. Well, you can get a lot of deals. I got a 294. I got lucky with a friend of mine that sold me his 294 MC for $700, and I believe it's only $999 for the MC. If I'm looking it up right now, of course,
For the color.
yeah, it's $999 for the color.
Yep.
I believe it's
Yep.
$1480 for the MM, if I remember right. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that, but let's see, 294 MM, and yeah, 1480. So 1480 for that. So, I mean, once you start jumping to the APS-C, you're getting to be the 1799 or more range. It's
Hmm.
if you're
Yeah. The
if you wanna
2600
keep,
is 2000,
yeah, and that would be
and the
the
mono is
camera.
24.
Yeah, yep. Let's see. I'm trying to see
If you can find them.
if you can find them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've had my mono, my 2600 mono, paid for on order from ZWO in China since late January, and it still don't have it. And they're telling me maybe late June, maybe.
Oh, I'm
You
still
know,
waiting. I got how many days left? What's today? May 10th.
today is the yep.
So I got
Yes, it is.
21. I got 3 weeks. I'm waiting with bated breath for my next Celestron email saying late June. so, so,
Hmm.
so, um,
I am going to Dan. I'm going to step away for just 1 minute. I'll be right back.
sure. So yeah, Tarek, you have a 4/3 mono and an APS-C color. So, well, why don't you use your 4/3 mono for your main? Do you do a lot of? Do you do a lot of narrowband? Do you do narrowband imaging, Tarek? I mean, you got really good skies, I think, don't you? I mean, I have the 294 MC, and I haven't had a problem with it. I think it's good. It's a good camera. I use it for color data with my narrowband images. Yeah, so if you're doing narrowband, do your narrowband imaging obviously with your mono, and then grab your colored star data with the RGB, the one-shot color. Then you'll get some really cool star color that makes sense. Because with narrowband, it gets washed out or magenta stars, and it doesn't look that great. But yeah, if you're going to use two cameras, absolutely, that'll work out. But so I guess the next thing we're going to talk about on the topic is some softwares and beginning software. So if you're thinking about stacking images, whether planetary or deep sky, and you don't want to spend a lot of money or any money at all, there is some freeware out there that you could use to stack your pictures, and it's pretty decent for what you get for free. Astro. That's at the last part of this, Eric. Yeah, Eric's already yelling about Astro Pixel processor. Um, so
Well,
if I can sell my 163M, then I can try and go the APS-C mono. The question is that worthy? Yeah, absolutely, that's
hmm
worthy. If you could afford what's left of the cost from the sale of your 163. So your
don't yeah,
163 would offset the cost um, for whatever you
don't
sell it
forget
for.
filters.
And well, unless if you're moving filters from camera to camera and just unscrewing it. Um,
Is this a color? I'm stepping back in here. Is this a color he's talking about or mono?
he's using a dual camera system,
Ah,
so the bigger chip in its own right is worth it. That's the first thing. Uh,
it's also the efficiency of the system.
I'm
How
just
well it
looking.
actually captures light. You know,
I'm just
its
looking here real
efficiency.
quick.
The
QH.
higher end cameras have lots of other features as well too, like the higher end ZWOs and QHYs. They don't have any amp glow.
Yep.
You know, that's just one example. You know, they also have built-in dew heaters. You know, um, and there are lots of features like that. I think the the 2600 mono has a quantum efficiency of like 91%. That's
Yeah,
just
at the
stupid.
peak. Yeah.
That's just stupid. You know,
I mean, I'm
but
looking
it's a
at the.
$2,400 camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I'm looking at. Let's see. 1 pound.
But I mean, you know, just to keep it into perspective, it's just the same with landscape photography. My bodies, are 3,200 each for the
Yep.
850s. You know, and I've got an 810 that I think was right around 27, something like that. But that's not where my real investment is. My investment's in the glass.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And
so
I'm looking at the QHY. The QHY 163 is a 4/3 also, so that which is what I thought.
mhm.
But I mean, yeah, if you could probably get like right now, I think it's selling for I'm looking at $1,200 brand new. So let's say you get 1,000 on cloudy nights. Let's say you get 1,000. You probably could get 1,100 because everything is selling close to retail on there at this point. But that will offset the cost. Then you spend another 900 and you get the 2,600. I mean that's what I would do.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and if you go with the APS-C, Tariq, you don't need to go to the 2 inch. 2 inch, you don't need it. The 36 millimeter it'll definitely do what you need to do with no vignetting.
Yeah, if you
And
want,
I've
if you,
got that from a lot of people that are a lot smarter than I am in this. So
yeah, as long as I mean, if you're using the filter wheel that comes with it, and it's the first thing now, it should be the first thing closest to your chip anyway. So it should cover your whole chip. That shouldn't be a problem.
yep.
There are a lot of APS-C users that use 36 millimeter filters.
Yep.
The 2 inches
Yeah,
is
even
good if you plan on growing any bigger than that. Um,
yeah, but right now APS-C is king,
yep.
you know. And I mean, I'm looking at the image train that I've got on the C14 right now, and I've got from the sensor going back to the filter is I believe it's 55 millimeters backset to where the prism is on the OAG.
Oh, okay.
So and then the filter is behind that. It's behind that prism, so it's less than the filter is less than 55 millimeters of that back
Gotcha.
focus, um, and even with that amount of spacing, between the sensor and the filter, I still, even with that cone,
Yeah, but
well, no,
don't
it would be more like
confuse.
this.
Yeah, so just remember that the OAG that Scott has is a lot different than what many people have. So for most people's setups, you're gonna have the OAG in front of the off-axis guider. So the camera would be on one side of that with the filter wheel, and then the OAG. Now Scott has a filter wheel inside his OAG. He's got a manual filter drawer that he pulls in and out.
Yep.
So unless you spent how much on that? $895, so $900 on that.
No, the OAG itself was 725, I believe, with the filter drawer, and then each of the filter sliders were $50 each. So
And
there's
you
a 7-piece set. So that's $300 on filter sliders.
so $1,000.
Um, oh, easily. And then
Yeah.
you've got another. Well, I got, let's see, another $600 in precise parts.
Oh, well. Then we're
So
not
there you
counting
go.
that. We're
Yeah.
not counting that. But yeah, so just remember that, as long as your filter wheel is made for your camera, so if you're using a QHY, having the QHY filter wheel and stuff like that, as long as you're close and it's the first thing as close to your chip, 36 millimeters should be okay for
Plenty.
your APS-C. I know that there are some people out there, and Tyler is one that I can think of off the top of my head, that is a huge proponent of going 2 inch for everything, and that's okay, because that will make sure that everything is solid. But there are a lot of people out there, and I've seen pictures. Go right on Astrobin and do some filtering, and take a look at some of these pictures that people are taking with 36 millimeter filters and APS-C cameras.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you shouldn't have any problem. It really shouldn't be a big deal.
No,
Uh,
no.
I
Um,
did. I actually took and screwed the 2600 color to the ZWO 7 position 36
yeah, and
millimeter
you actually
filter
showed the
wheel,
picture.
and I showed the picture, and then it was the hole, going down into the center. There was more than enough room.
Yeah.
It was more than enough room. It wasn't even close. So
Eric
it
said
shouldn't be a
he's that
problem.
way too, 2 inch all the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but if you already have 36 millimeter filters, like many people out there, including myself, um, you know, anything bigger than APS-C, and you're screwed. To be honest with you, but I mean, I took filters 36 millimeter with my 294 and came out fine. One model of filter wheel which comes with OAG itself. It's not a filter wheel. It's a filter slider that you got to manually pull these drawers out and put them in. So it's not a
I'll,
filter wheel.
I'll
Okay.
show a picture. Hold on.
Yeah. It's a big OAG, and you have filter drawers where you put the filter in there and you slide it in and out. Um, and he's got. Oh, oh wow! Look at that. Oh, you put your
Nice
mute
thing
button
about
on. Look at that.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah. The nice thing about going with the MOAG like this is that you can use a filter wheel with it. You can do that if you really want to. However, if you don't want to, if you want to go the way that I did, which is using these sliders, that what's really nice about this is that the MOAG will allow you to use 1.25 inch filters, 36 millimeter, 2 inch, the 49 millimeter rounds, the 49 millimeter squares. It is dependent on this thing. So they mill this to fit the unmounted filters, whatever filter you're using. The MOAG is the port on it is, my God, it's that big.
Yeah.
So it'll accept any size filter that's out there. Doesn't matter what it is. This is what you change.
Nice.
Yeah. So and that right there will hold that 36 millimeter filter unmounted, and then it's got these little gaskets that fit up in. Let me get my finger out of the way. That fit up in here,
Yep.
right? And that will allow you to then screw those down tight, and you just slip them into your drawer, and you're good to go.
Yep.
You
I'm
know,
still
but
waiting for the video of you trampling through like 3 feet of snow to change out those filters.
yeah. Fortunately, I have a concrete driveway and a snowblower.
Well, there you go. um, talking about a filter wheel that is coming. I saw something about that somewhere online with a filter wheel with an OAG built in, and I
Oh yeah,
didn't
they've
get.
got those.
Yeah.
They've
Um,
got some on Farpoint. They've got some on the Farpoint site. If you go to the Farpoint site, go to accessories, go to, let's see, filter wheels,
yeah,
focusers.
Starlight Express has them. FLI has them.
Yeah.
Um, there's a bunch out there. They're really expensive.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm seeing anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 for them.
Yeah. Some of your higher end filter wheels are very expensive as well,
Yeah.
but they also have the micro, camera guider,
Yep.
built in. It's on top that you can put a
Yep.
micro camera in for guiding.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I mean, that seems really. I don't do a lot of off-axis guiding. I am one of the guys that will probably, if I ever get a Schmidt, throw a refractor on top of the Schmidt and deal with the flexor later. But I like the fact of having two different focusing systems. I don't like the whole. I did OAG for a while. I bought the one that was compatible with my S-Big camera, and it worked well. It was just annoying that, you know, like if that thing pressed down just a little bit, it was out of focus, and it drove me nuts.
Oh. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, and the thing with the off-axis guider as well is that you don't have to have pinpoint sharp stars. You know, if the stars are just a little bit out of focus, it's not a big deal.
no, it's not, but
You know,
it's annoying.
yeah, I understand that.
You know,
Uh,
it's
Sometimes
just,
if you move targets, they go out of focus. It goes out of focus.
oh yeah, it'll shift on you, sure.
Yeah,
Especially when you do, unless you forget to lock down one of those mirror locks. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Eric.
so he's still on the fence with my.
Eric is suffering from aperture fever again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Eric,
Yeah.
you're killing me.
These stupid things, actually. Yeah, well, if you have the 174 already, Eric, I mean that's the MOAG that I have it was built for that. It was built for that size sensor. You know, it was really meant for that. In fact, that's the camera that they recommend from Farpoint. That's the camera they recommend for that off-axis guider.
Yeah,
That
well, that's a
174.
huge chip too to fit that huge
Yeah.
prism. So
Yeah.
I mean that's really all. I mean I have the baby brother of the 174. I have the 178 that I use for guiding the on that, and that's a really good. They're both really good. I mean the 174 is awesome. Don't get me wrong, that's the next level above in price as far as guiding cameras are concerned, but it's really really good.
Yeah, and I haven't had issue 1 with any of those minis or any of the ZWO cameras at all, for that matter. They've all performed very, very well. You know.
We got some people on Facebook. Sorry, I gotta get one that pulls all of the chat. Can you use 174
Oh, you mean the planetary one? I think he's talking about the one that looks like it's got the larger head. It's not the longer thin one. It's a shorter fat one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you can
and
use
I
either
don't
one.
see a problem with doing that. Yeah, I don't see
I
a
mean,
problem
it's the
using
same
that.
chip. I mean, that's not a big deal. Yeah, you can use either one as long as you're able to fit it to your guide scope or guide camera or off-axis guider. That shouldn't be a problem. It's the same exact chip. You know, I use the regular 178, but they make the 1.25 inch barrel 174 and the regular 174. One's a little bit more expensive than the other. The 1.25 is $4.99, and the regular big disc is $5.99. So
Yeah.
you know, you're just paying for more metal. You know, that's all you're paying for.
And Eric is asking, can I able to use the ZWO EAF with the MOAG? Well, you know, the the filter wheel that you have. You see, this is one of the nice things about going through not precise parts, them too, but optical structures, Farpoint. Yeah, that they make everything in house there. This isn't this guider. You know, their stuff. It's not coming in from China. They make it in house. You know, so you tell them, you call up Pete Myers there at Farpoint, and you tell him which filter wheel you have, and they will build you the MOAG to fit that filter wheel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Chris Fierce, he's got some really good pictures. I can't pronounce your last name, Chris. I'm sorry. But you got some really good pictures. And if you feel that your reducer is giving you some color fringing on one side or the other, it's up to you. I mean, f10 or f7. I mean, with your focal length, I mean, what are you really losing? You're losing 3/10, a couple of stops faster. As far as imaging is concerned, it's not like you're doing a hyperstar.
Yeah, that I haven't had any issues with my Celestron reducer. I have the point 0.7 for the 14, and it works fine. And yeah,
Maybe,
there you're right. There is a big difference between, well, you see, this 14 is 11, is f11.
right?
So there's a big difference between f11 and f7.
Yeah,
you know, and it. Yeah, I mean, I'm losing. I'm going from 3910 in
right.
millimeters in focal length down to 2737. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. You're
but
losing. You're losing one of these.
pretty much.
I mean, see, that's the kind of thing, and that's why I hate reducers. I hate them. I to spend all this money on a scope just to kick it back to a smaller focal length, it just drives me nuts. That's why I asked for not the focal reducer, just the flattener. I got Tyler was able to get me the flattener. That's not the one that's messed up from Explore Scientific that no one could give you a proper back focus. It's the one before that where it was done right. But I got both. I got an FFR if I want to go 0.7. And I have the flattener for just to keep it at, because this is 952 focal length. I didn't want to go down to 700 and whatever. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
I'm sorry. It actually went down to 666 if I remember right. Another reason why I don't want to do it. But I hate. They make your pictures go faster and all that, and I get it. But you know what? I just hate losing the reach that you get natively with the scope. I'm spending $300 and $400 and $500 to lose a third of my imaging scale just so I can take pictures a little bit faster. I would rather have that reach and take a little bit more photos or spend a little bit more time on it. That's just me.
And you see, yeah, that right there is completely subjective. Dan hates it. And there are other people who they'll do it the other way. They would give up reach for speed any day. Dan's the other way. He likes the reach versus and suffering with the slower light gathering capability. It really depends
suffering.
I mean, it's all. I guess it's all in the way you look at it. But yeah. But so it depends on what you're trying to do. That was one of the big reasons I decided to go with a 14. If I could have gotten a 16 or an 18-inch scope, I probably would have. But for one thing, there's no way in hell I could have even lifted something like that.
Right.
So the 14 was just about as big as I could get it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be able to have something that if I wanted to take that focal reducer off, and shoot native at 3910 for doing Jupiter.
Yeah.
Or whatever, planetary stuff.
Yep.
I can do that. I mean, it literally comes on and off in 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's easy to take that on and off. And so it comes right out of the image train and it doesn't affect anything else. So,
yeah.
But that also, that focal reducer gives me a faster speed, but it also shortens that focal length. Now, granted, my focal length of that is 2737 millimeters. I mean, that's still a stupid amount of reach.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And then if I want to go really wide, I got the Hyperstar.
Yep.
And I throw that on there, and I'm at 715 up off the front, but I'm shooting at f19.
Yeah, exactly.
So so. It's a little that is a huge difference. Going from f7 to f19, that's
that's a huge difference. I mean, if you got that focal length, I would get a Hyperstar for that to get you get the Andromeda Galaxy, you get the Orion Nebula Running Man.
Exactly.
You get that kind of stuff, but you get it at 1/9.
Fast.
You get it in 30-second exposures. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild. Forget about getting the trapezium out of that. You'll have to, you'll have to go regular.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Tarek, I'm with you. I'm so with you. I am an SCT hater. I am. I am. I will only get another SCT, and I've had 2 or 3 of them already. I've had an 8, a 10, and another 8. And all the stuff that goes with it. If you get Mead's going out of business eventually anyway, probably. So we're not
It's
worried
really
about dual
unfortunate.
fork anymore. Everything's coming on dovetails now. But it's just too much stuff. Just give me a refractor and I'm done. I'm happy. You know what I mean? But I'm going to miss out on those smaller, galaxies. I'm going to miss out on that kind of stuff. And eventually I'll get a Schmidt again. But not until I move, not until I have a permanent observatory. And that's it. And then it'll go on the pier. It'll stay there. It'll never come down.
Yeah, and he'll put it on a rainbow mount.
I don't even need a rainbow. What do I need a rainbow for? Why do I gotta spend 10 grand on a mount? I mean, if I had 10 grand to burn, sure, why not? I don't got 10 grand to burn. But it's
Harmonic drive.
yeah. Well, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I'll probably end up getting like an Avalon or a Hobum. Or
Beautiful
something like that.
now.
Yeah. So. Dan,
Oh, the
you're
10
made of
micron.
money. Mark, you're made of money. I don't have anywhere close to the amount of money you got. The Duncan, I don't know what the Duncan mask. What's a Duncan mask? I never even heard of a Duncan mask.
I think is this the one that is meant for collimation? It's the one that's got the knockouts on the 4 sides.
I thought that was
I think that might be what he's talking about.
The tri-band mark, whatever. Duncan mask.
I think that is meant for collimation. I think. I might be thinking of something other than that.
It is. That's why I never heard of it. The Duncan mask. Yeah, the 3 on the sides.
Uh-huh.
No, I've never used it. That would be pretty cool to use, actually. But
it's meant for collimation.
It's meant for collimation with the star. Yeah. Star testing.
Yep. Yeah, I was just looking at that the other night. It's really weird that you even asked that. I was just looking at that. It looks just like a Batnoff mask, a little different design, but it works the same way. You just set it right up on top of the corrector plate.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's why I know nothing about it, because I don't have SCTs. So, although I probably should know about it. But
you see, that's one of the great things about what we do here at AstroWorld is that we've got people that do all kinds of different things. I love SCTs, and I don't have anything against refractors. Nothing at all. As a matter of fact, my next scope will probably be a refractor. But
Yay.
yeah, exactly. And we got guys that run SCTs like Eric, and then guys like the weirdos like Dan and Tyler they never run any SCTs. So.
Why are we the weirdos? I don't understand. God.
I love you, brother.
The abuse I take. It's ridiculous. Just because, at least you can't bust my chops about having an eagle, because you have 2. So.
Yep. Yeah, and if I get that refractor, I'm going to get another eagle.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm not going to be moving from one scope to another. I just get another computer.
Yeah, Eric's claiming he's a hybrid because he has both.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
yeah, Eric is a big. He's got his Rasa 8. He's got a multiple plethora of William Optics refractors. Um, I think he has the 152 right now. I could be wrong,
Yeah,
or
that
maybe the 140.
monster.
Yeah, it's a crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that
11
it's the
edge.
carbon fiber one too.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a carbon fiber too. I think
Mm-hmm.
somebody asked what's in the box. This is a 127 Explorer Scientific FCD 100 carbon fiber. So yeah,
Yeah,
Eric confirmed the
and I've
152,
seen it. It's a pretty scope. It's
and it's
pretty.
light. It's light. I like.
it's it's pretty.
It is pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. It doesn't have. Hi, my name is Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother
My
Daryl.
other brother Daryl.
So,
Oh, I love the New Heart show.
classic, classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you know, I was before you came back in. I was starting to talk about software for
Cool.
beginners. Um, One thing that comes to mind in for processing, if you're just starting to stack, um, check out Deep Sky Stacker. Check
Uh-huh.
it out. It's probably the leader in stacking software which is free, as far as I'm
Uh-huh.
concerned. I don't know if anybody else wants to throw something else out there, but Deep Sky Stacker
Yeah.
will places for your lights, your flats, your bias, your
Uh-huh.
darks. Can do multiple nights. They call it groups instead of nights, so you can do multiple groups and stack them all.
Yep.
And I've actually done a side by side with Deep Sky Stacker and Pix Insight. One using the original batch pre-processing script before
Uh-huh.
WPPP. Um,
Yep.
and Deep Sky Stacker doing the same exact process back to back, same image, same data. And I gotta say, the difference in Pix Insight was negligible to Deep Sky Stacker. Now, Pix Insight has a whole bunch of other stuff it does besides stacking, but if you want to stack something and get a decent stack for free and then mess around with it in Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever you may have to kind of mess with your photos in post,
Yep.
Deep Sky Stacker looks like that's the way to go as far as a free stacking program.
There's only one downside to it that I've been able to find, and that is that it's only PC.
That, not, you know,
No Mac.
you
At
darn
least
Mac
not yet.
users.
Mm,
No?
yep.
Run boot camp.
So, yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Um,
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
collimate an SCT over an RC. I will blow up. You know, I did it. Sorry, I did an RC over at Camera Concepts the other day. And I was ready to blow that thing up. I was ready to use it as like compost fodder, and you know that's what I was using it to do. I probably will never get an RC. I probably never will. It's just so annoying. I don't have the patience. I'm 50 years old. I don't want to be wasting my time. Just give me a refractor. Just give me a refractor. I don't have to worry about collimation. I can do the autofocus routine. I can take my picture, go to bed, and wake back up, and it'll be there. Although
Yeah.
I did have an issue. I did have an issue that I want to talk about. Derek's laughing at me, but Dan, a refractor fanboy. I am. I am. I like my refractors, and I think I just lost Scott. I think Scott's at. I hear him trying to come back in. Oh, there he is. He's back. Nope, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, your video's coming in and out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Are you in your basement?
Oh, I'm a studio.
I don't know. Let me check out some things. I got excellent connection on YouTube, but anyway, hopefully you come back. I can hear your audio,
Yeah.
but your video is in and out.
I'm with the video.
Your bandwidth. Are you optimum? What are you
I'm
running? I can't even hear you now. But anyway,
wired.
you're wired with what connection?
Uh, it's
Who's your
it's just
internet
going.
service provider?
Oh,
Who?
Spectrum.
Oh, fire those guys. They're horrible. Get
If I
FiOS.
if I if I could ever get, but yeah, not here.
Yeah. And okay, let's see if you come back again. But RC is not that bad once you know what to do. Yeah, I guess that's the same with everything, Mark. But it's just me. Again, I just don't want to learn anything new at this point. There's so much other things going on that we kind of. I'm still learning what I'm doing now with the 3 different telescopes and 2 different cameras and it's definitely a different type of learning, and that's why I have other people. Um, hey, Scott, you may want to log off and then log back in. Try that. Um, but yeah, so Deep Sky Stacker, that's one of the software stacking programs. After that, you got stuff for post processing. There's another if you're doing planetary. If you're doing planetary imaging, try Auto Stacker, and I believe it's a German based program. Directions are in English, so don't worry about trying to run it. But that works really, really well. And if you're taking AVIs on planetary, this thing chops up the pictures and takes the top whatever percentage that you want to take and stacks those and does a really good job with it. It does a really good job with, and it's free. And it's free. Auto Stacker is free, and that would be really good for planetary and lunar. So try that out. After that, there's other things for color processing like GIMP, GIMP. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but it does some nice job with wavelets and that. Um, there's also Registax, also for a stacking program. It does have some wavelets and post processing stuff in there, and it's good. But right now, I would use um, the Deep Sky Stacker and Photoshop if you have it. Do that, and then that's it. Now, if you want to start spending money, the first thing that I would tell you to get is the um, renter's license of AstroPixel processor or APP, and I believe it's about 60, 65 US. Maybe like 80 or 90 US. I think it's 60 or 65 pounds. Um, and that works really well. It does stacking and post processing, so it works really well. I know that Eric on the show and I know that Jason on the show both use it and they love it. I am more of a PixInsight person, and I like just doing things in one program. So that being said, I went crazy and I spent the $300. I think you're back now. You back, Scott?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you might want to. Did you try logging in and logging back out? Logging out, logging back in?
I sure did.
Because I didn't see the screen turn blank. But, okay.
I don't know.
It's maybe it's a little too, maybe everyone's on the internet by you tonight. But yeah, so, Pix Insight. Let's go back to Astro Pixel Processor. Um, if you know that you're going to spend the money on software and you already bought the renter's license, you can upgrade to the full blown version of it. Now the renter's license is pretty much a 1 year license. So you would pay that $65 every year. What I would do is I would get the renters, and then before the end of the year comes up, if you decide that you want to either continue with Pixel Process, you can buy the full blown version, and they take the 65 as a down payment on the full blown version, which is about $300. Now, there is a lot more support out there for Pix Insight, which does not have a renter's license like APP, but it does have. It's got so much support out there for it, and you're able to get that for about 300 US for the full blown version right away. Dean said Auto Stacker works great for lunar and planetary. Yeah, Auto Stacker is awesome and it's free. So try that. And we got about 2 minutes, I think. And I just got to see one thing here. And where is it? Oh, Islanders are tied 2-2. There you go. Ah. Man, your latency is horrible. I think I lost you totally, Scott. For the most part, you're fading in and out. I can't even hear your voice. I can't even hear your breathing. But
Can you hear me now?
now I can hear you.
It helps if I unmute my mic.
Yeah, but you're still going in and out.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, so I think, later I'll add more AstroFiles. That's what I use for my lunar work. Yeah, I mean those are great programs and they're free. So Auto Stacker and Deep Sky Stacker, really good stacking programs. It's Scott on DSL. Yeah, I think Scott's dialing in with this AOL 3.0, but I don't know. Spectrum. I hate Spectrum. But that's the only internet service provider you have up there. I don't know. Maybe it's time to upgrade.
Pretty much. Yeah, love to. I just can't get green light in here.
Yeah, you gotta. I wonder if they have a higher upload package. You might want to think about bumping it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm already at megabits up. Enough.
How many?
5
megabits?
5 megabits up. It's 100 down, 5 up.
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, you need more. Let's see. That's good for gaming. That's not good for streaming so much. I'm just trying to think right now. Let's see. Speedtest.net. There you go. And I'll tell you right now, I am at, let's see, about 100 up.
Well, that's also fiber optic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm on cable. I
Yeah.
don't. There's that. I would love to go fiber. I can't get them to bring it in here.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they could bump up your upload package. Even up to
Yeah,
20
right
would help.
now. Yeah, right now my speed test. I'm running C 70 down, and it's coming to up now. Up is yeah. Up is between 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's not. Uh, oh man, I'll just try to win it in regulation. Pulled the empty net during a tie. Crazy guys. I guess they don't want to play Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had the little hockey. Yeah. Yeah, Astro with Eric. Eric said you need to go gigabit. He doesn't have gigabit. No gigabit up there.
No.
All right. So it's like 9:30. We've been on for about an hour and a half.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep. Eric's got 238 down and 39 up, which that's not so bad. Uh,
Yeah.
I am poor here, 97 meg down and 43 meg up. No, so
Yeah, I don't know why my up speed was slow.
yeah, that's the thing with cable providers like Spectrum or Cox or Cablevision or Optimum or Altice or whatever they're called now. Um, Tom's back on. He must have got done with dinner. He's a gigabyte down and up here. so
Yeah.
I mean
As soon as I can get the green light to get
oh,
in
you're
here.
back.
I mean, they've
Okay,
got
good.
yeah, they've got. I mean, green light's got 500 down and 100 up,
That's more
and
than
it's
sufficient.
50. It's $50 a month.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing, Mark. They're pulling your upload down because you're streaming so much.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like I said. Spectrum is going to get the double barrel middle finger as soon as I can get that green light to bring cable in here.
yeah, I hear
A
you.
fiber optic.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's about that time, I think. Yeah,
Any other questions from people?
we started talking about all the internet stuff. Now everyone's talking about techie stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, because now I'm coming through clear. I don't know. It's weird.
What would you do if you were me? I'm not sure
What
where
would
you're
I
going with that.
What would you do if you were me? What would I do if I was Eric? Move to the Philippines? Fiji?
Fiji. Does anybody even live
Yeah.
there?
I would. I would. Yeah.
Uh,
Bortle 2?
look up. Oh,
Out in
going
the
back.
middle of the Pacific.
Star Tracker and a tripod with my DSLR, or take my 60 Rasa and mount my DSL. Oh, for your New Mexico trip? Oh, dude, take the Rasa. Come on. In New Mexico? Take the Rasa.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? That's like a no contest. I would take the Rasa because nothing beats a dark sky. I don't care what F number you're shooting at. Nothing beats a dark sky. If you can get that natural
Yeah.
dark from a dark sky as opposed to trying to pull it out with a histogram, man,
Yep.
it makes a huge difference on the pictures. It really does.
Oh yeah, it's all about what you can get in camera. That's what we teach people all the time with doing portraits and doing landscape work. Your last resort is trying to fix it in software. That's your last resort.
Yeah.
You always want to get it in camera. You
Yep.
know, you always yeah, and then go from there. Get as much data as you possibly can, best quality data that you can. You know. And not for nothing, but if for those of you that haven't seen Dylan O'Donnell's newest video, he's got a great video on how to select your best data.
Yeah.
From all the stuff that you have, and he shows you how to go through and select for star focus and select for seeing conditions and so on and so forth, right in PixInsight. It's a great video. It's only about 11 minutes long, but it's packed. So check it out.
Yeah, that's a really good. That's a great idea. So, I think there was some more questions, real quick.
For need F, yeah, F.9. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I would take the Rasa. Yeah, I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd get some nice galaxies and just go there. Subframe selector, yeah, it's good. It's very good. It definitely weights all your photos really nice, and you can do it by FWHM. You could do it star mass. You could do a number of different ways to kind of choose which one's the best. So.
Yep. Yeah. Tariq says, Scott, when are you coming here with your stuff? UAE, you're welcome.
No.
Oh, United Arab Emirates?
Yeah. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Can you see me trying to put a 14-inch Schmidt on an airplane?
Oh, I thought you had your own plane.
Yeah, right. Okay. From your mouth to God's ears.
Where do you debayer, in PixInsight or somewhere else? I think I just do it in PixInsight.
Yeah.
Just do it as part of the weighted batch pre-processing script and let it run.
Yep.
It makes it really easy to do all that in pre-process. I couldn't even get guiding with my guide scope. Eric, Mark.
Let's see. Seeing really stunk last night thanks to 3.5. Oh yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I've been doing darks outside. I wonder that's not even done yet.
Yeah. WBPP we'll do it. Check. Yeah. Yep. M8 and M20 with the Rasa and maybe M16 the Veil Nebula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On your dark sky sites, yeah. Broadband targets.
M8, M20, that whole area in Sagittarius.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome. Veil Nebula is high up there.
Oh yeah, it's one of my very favorites.
You get a nice, if you want to, M13. Be really nice. But anyway.
Yeah, dark sky. Yeah, you definitely want to run your broadband. Broadband targets, dark sky. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with narrowband if you don't have to. Yeah, get all your broadband stuff.
Yep. All right. Well, I think I'm done. I think I'm tired.
Yep.
I gotta get up at
and
4:30 tomorrow.
Hopefully, I don't know about. We'll see, but there's we might have something, either next week, possibly the week after, as far as rig mount setup here. Right now the the C14. I don't know if you can see it, but the C14 is over there.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see it,
Oh,
but yeah, it's just sitting there.
Yep.
And can't really do anything until I get that that pier plate. Yeah, that pier plate.
Dan's. Yeah, Dan's. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I turn on the lights here.
Yeah,
there you go. Now you can see it better.
I actually had an issue with my darks that apparently I have an S-Big with a mechanical shutter that slides back and forth between
Oh yeah.
pictures. And
Did you figure that out?
Yeah, I did. I actually shook the camera a little bit, and it looks like a piece of dust or something was in the rail where the thing slides back and forth. So it was getting almost closed, and it wasn't.
But
now
not,
I'm getting
but
good
not there.
darks.
So you're getting a yeah. I kind of figured that was the light leak area.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. There was nothing else left. I had my telescope in a pants leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pushed it in a pants leg, wrapped it up. I'm like, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, I don't know about show off, but yeah. I mean, I would love to be able to get, something, up on that scope, get that scope up on a mount. I'm afraid to put it up on the CGXL.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's 5 pounds over, the weight limit. So
yeah,
I don't want to damage that CGXL.
No.
So
you want to hold that for your 152 you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe the 11-inch RASA. Well, no, I don't know.
Nah.
Probably not. No, probably not.
No. Come on. You can do that with the Hyperstar now. Come on. Yeah.
It'll be the refractor.
You just want to throw. You want to buy an 11-inch RASA. You buy it. You send it to New York. That's fine with me. I could use it. But all right. So it's a 943, and I'll throw a little Douglas Adams at you. And what do you get when you multiply 6 by 9? And for those of you that know the answer to that, feel free to hit me up on info@astroworld.com. And that's it. So, yep. Scott, do you have anything to, now that you're back with us, you want any parting words?
Just a big affirmative to Mark Ellis. I did get the precise parts. They came in last about a little more than a week ago, and I did a video on it. It's up on Astro Playground, the installation of the MOAG. So it's the part B to the MOAG, and it's up there now.
Nice.
So
and check that out over at Scott's channel, Astro Playground.
And we're just about ready to cross that 100 subscriber mark, I think. Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually.
Nice.
I don't know exactly how far. I think we were at, last time I checked, we were at 99, but yeah. So
somebody be subscriber 100 for Scott. Come on. Go on there now and get him his 100th subscriber, will you?
Oh, it's there. It's there.
All right, there you go. He's got his 100. Thank you, whoever did it.
Hundreds are there. Woohoo.
Nice job. So, Sun Sky Challenge, if any of you that are watching, Wednesday's the deadline to get in your submissions. So,
nice.
Get them in. I have 3, and if those 3 win by default, there's nothing I can do. So, and it's nobody that works for AstroWorld, nobody involved. They weren't allowed. But if I only have 3 submissions, then
hey, and I remember what I wanted to ask people to do. One of the things that my wife and I have been talking about doing is graphics for T-shirts, astrophotography and astro viewing theme, right? Like for the classic with the phases of the moon, embroidered up on a cap like this. The classic. Milky Way shot with the "You Are Here," that kind of thing. We don't want to do exactly that. What we're looking for is, ideas from our viewers. Things that we can put on the shirt. Now, the one that I came up with was the astrophotographer peeping Tom. Doing I'm not talking about terrestrial. I'm talking about aliens. Right?
Oh,
so you got the view. The view in on the alien, taking the shower, and they're doing the eek, an astrophotographer, that
funny.
kind of thing, with the alien, and I thought that was kind of cute.
That is cute.
So if you've got ideas, you want to submit an idea, please send it along. I'm sure that the emails are up, right, Dan? You can put emails up
Yeah,
where they can send their ideas,
yeah, you can do it.
and they'll.
Let's see if I could. Page 2, page 3, email. There you go. And there is the
Yep,
website and the email address. So if you get that,
excellent.
info at astroworldweb.com, you can send us anything. And that's where you also need to send your final submissions to the Southern Sky Challenge for those
Yep.
semi-fabulous prizes that we got from the Ron Breacher, Camera Concepts, and Explore Scientific. So we got some money out
Yep.
there. Um,
And you can also send your anybody that's interested in doing Astro World themed merchandise. We're going to
yeah,
do polo shirts, we're going to do caps, but we're going to do advance orders on these. So
yep,
if we can get 15, 20 advance orders, we'll save a little bit of money on the bottom line, and then we can get that stuff out to you guys. We're also looking to set up an Amazon account with it, where you can just go right on and just buy the stuff as you need it,
yep.
as you want it. So it's all in the works.
It's all in the works. It's slow moving, and it takes a lot of I guess logistics thinking, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yep, we
Um,
will get there.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. I didn't even mean to do that. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So that being said, I think we're done for tonight.
Okay,
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please get your submissions
thanks
in
guys.
to the Southern Sky Challenge. Again, the email is right there. And feel free to email any of the team, any questions you might have. We can all get that. I could
Yep.
forward the email to whoever you want to get in contact with. So that's all. And as always, please remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies.
Thanks guys.
Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye for now.